So we had a great week for rates last week. A lot of changes coming to the industry in the next couple of weeks. Hey everyone, I hope you're having an amazing week. Here is a quick update of the Northern Virginia market and some information on the changes coming to the industry. Let me start with rates. Rates today are at 6.90 for conventional, 6.36 for FHA, 6.37 for VA. Great week for rates last week. They finally dropped below 7, and that's something we haven't seen in a while. And with that being said, we just hope the trend continues. So just keep an eye on rates if that's something you're waiting for. Next thing is inventory. Inventory is much better than the previous 2 to 3 years, but this week it dropped a little. And the reason that happened is because a lot of people might be taking vacation. Remember that in 3 weeks kids are gonna start school. It's gonna go back to normal. Summer is pretty much over, so we see an influx on inventory, more properties for sale around the fall time. So end of August, September, October, that's a pretty busy time too. Next thing is prices. I definitely can't predict prices. It's really competitive. Some situations and multiple offer situations with property selling in 3 days. In some cases, I'm seeing properties staying on the market for a week, 2 weeks, 3 weeks, dropping prices. So that's a case by case situation that I tell you. If you're interested in a location, let me know. We can dig deeper into that and just kind of like see what's available and kind of see what you can expect. Now, let me jump into what's coming to the market. Big changes, and this is important to you as a buyer and as a seller too. So, starting August 17, compensation to a buyer agent won't be public. We won't be able to put it as a listing agent. I won't be able to put that on the MLS. The only way that buyer agents or buyers can find out if a seller is offering any kind of compensation would be by reaching out to the agent and then discussing that. Compensation to the buyer agent will be part of the offer. Now, in the contract, there is a new paragraph that's going to contain that part where you as a buyer are going to ask the seller for help with the compensation to your buyer. Remember that this was paid by the seller for decades, and after a lawsuit that happened, a rule change, and now things are going to have to be worked that way. Remember that in some cases you might have to deal with sellers that they might not want to offer compensation. So just keep that in mind. Another thing that you need to keep in mind is now you're gonna have to have an agreement in place, signed by you and the brokerage that you're working with an agreement on a percentage or dollar amount commission that has to be in the agreement. Remember that amount is gonna come from the seller. So if you agree to a 2.5% and the seller agrees to pay 2.5%, then you're covered. If the seller agrees to something lesser, remember, if you're working with me, we're going to go back and we're going to amend that and we're going to fix it and make sure that we put an amount that's fair for you, fair for me. So we got that. Bright MLS compensation won't be public. You need an agreement to even see a house, discuss a house starting August 17th. That's the key date. And other than that, I think that's pretty much it. But I try to this is a summary. This is just preparing you for what's coming, so you're not caught by surprise. I've talked to a lot of agents out there that they don't even know what's going on, what's going to happen. Be careful with that, because if you're in the process of buying a house right now with your agent and he hasn't bring that up, starting August 17, you might find a house that you like and the seller might not be offering a compensation, and then that's going to be a situation that's going to be really uncomfortable and awkward situation between you and your agent. Other than that, guys, I hope this helps. As always, I like to send these monthly emails and videos, and this is actually less than a month, but I just want to keep reminding people about what's happening right now and what's coming next. So in a couple of weeks, we're going to see a lot of changes, and just be prepared. Let me know if you have any questions. Email me, text me, call me. Have an amazing week, and until next video.